and the local life of a learner at the national level and at international level. And then we will look at the methods of exploring, investigating issues and issues which are emerging from the political standpoint, from the context of economic perspective, and academic, social, and administrative level. So in this particular unit, we will focus on these particular points. Let's look at contemporary issues in the context of Pakistan. First of all, we will see education in Pakistan. According to Ahmed et al., there are dozens of contemporary issues related to education, such as lack of uniformity in education. And this contemporary issue in the context of Pakistan, when you look at, when you say contemporary, that is an issue that is an emerging present life related issue which has an impact on your life in the present scenario. That is contemporary. That is a modern world phenomena. An issue that a person is having in the life, which the person is facing in his life or her life. So that kind of issue which you as a university graduate, you are facing in your teaching, learning, and your social life, in your economic life, in your political life, and in your socio-cultural and other context, what kind of the issues you are facing, those would be a contemporary issues at your local, national, and international level. So how those issues affect your life, particularly in education. So that those issues are very much linked with the contemporary issues in trends in education. So when we look at this particular concept of contemporary issues, to understand in the light of these particular concepts, so according to Ahmed et al., so in Pakistan there are many issues. However, one of the emerging issue is lack of uniformity in education. In your country, there is no uniformity in education. You can see in our country, there are multiple systems of education. We have private systems, we have public systems, we have community education systems, and we have Dini Madaris system, and there are many things like O-level schools, A-level schools, Beacon House schools, baccalaureate education system. So in your country, there are multiple systems. There is no uniformity. Each school of thought has its own curriculum. If you have different systems, definitely all those systems have their own curriculum. They have their own unique way of looking at education. So those systems adopt a particular kind of curriculum. So that is how your country is lacking. And nowadays you will hear Pakistan is going to have one nation, one curriculum. So this lack of uniformity will be resolved soon. So everyone in the country and will have a similar curriculum. There will be a uniformity. And hopefully in 2021, you will probably get a curriculum from grade 1 to grade 12. You will have a uniform curriculum for all people, for all public, private, community, Dini Madaris, and everyone will have that uniform curriculum. So this contemporary issue that is currently you are facing will hopefully will be resolved soon in 2021. So this is how you can understand the problems and the issues, the trends and the issues of education in the light of contemporary in nature in your country. Now coming to slide number 2, dilemmas of education without direction. There is another problem, and that is your education is there. So because you have multiple systems currently, from top level to bottom level, everyone is having their own curriculum, everyone is looking at the curriculum from their own perspective. Because of those dilemmas, because of those problems, because of those issues, because of those you know um, complexities, your education is lacking a clear direction, what to achieve, where to go, what kind of knowledge do you need, what kind of skills do you require. So that is the problem. That is one of the contemporary issues in the context of Pakistan. So country has no clear sense of direction regarding what kind of education this country is needed and what should be the ways of delivery and how to assess students learning, etc. So because of these problems, the learners as well as teachers both have problems in their life. What should be our political, social, economic priorities, and how to engage you with relevant knowledge, skills, and attitude is yet another problem. Because political people have their own agendas, their own interest, social and economic priorities of the country have their own, set directions, and because of these issues, you are nowhere to focus on the direction of your education, how your education should address political issues, how your education should address social, economic issues, and other kind of the issues, what kind of the knowledge you should get so that you will be able to address all those kind of the problems, what kind of skills you must acquire. So what should be your attitude as a student? What should be your attitude as a teacher? So how you both together develop a nation. So this is what is lacking in your country. So that is the dilemma of education with no direction, without any sense of direction. So this is the second important, contemporary issue in the context of Pakistan in education. Now coming to the another important dimension, that is the third dimension of the contemporary issue in the context of Pakistan. That is, you know, uh, a curriculum which is outdated, which has not focused on updating, developing the curriculum from time to time, and making sense of the curriculum with the current trends in the market, how to link your education curriculum with that of the demands and needs of the market. What kind of the graduates do we need in today's world? What kind of the knowledge they must have? How they, with their knowledge, should address the problems and issues of the society? What kind of the skills they must have to handle all those kind of the problems? So what should be their attitude? So unless you will not have an updated curriculum, relying on an outdated curricula is a very serious issue in your country. So that is the problem we need to understand. We need to reflect on whatever the curriculum schools are using, whatever the needs to be updated from time to time, and the process of updating curriculum. What should be the processes of updating a curriculum, and what should be researched based developments that should be part of that process. There is no any such kind of activity. When you have no activity to focus on your curriculum to update, focus on your research to incorporate, focus on the needs and the demands of the market to understand, so you will have an outdated curriculum. If you do not you do not study the curriculum, you do not link with the market, you do not make sense of what kind of the knowledge you have in your books, and how that knowledge makes sense of the problems in your society to address. When when you will not focus on creating a link between the knowledge that you are getting from schools, and that with the current problems and issues in the market, in the society outside the school, if your curriculum is not addressing, if your school is not creating a strong link between the two, your curriculum makes no sense for you. So that is a most problematic area, and that is the outdated curricula in your country. So currently there is no focus on education by your country. Very little or no focus is seen on updating curriculum at all levels of teaching. So that is, you need to understand. For example, when you will go back to your school age, from class 1 to metric, and then to first year and second year and to the university level, and you start reflecting on before your before the seniors, before you, what kind of the books and the curriculum in your schools were there. Probably you will face the more or less the same one, and still you are at university level, and the schools are teaching the same curriculum to your younger sisters and brothers, or the children who are there in the school. When you will reflect on that, you will see the nature of your curriculum, an outdated one. So these are the contemporary issues in education. You need to understand, you make sense of those things, and develop your understanding. How can we contribute towards updating our curriculum? This is the fourth contemporary issue in education, and that is the lack of professional development of teachers. After this slide, we will go for a break, and then after break we will have some discussions. You will discuss with your colleagues. You will reflect on that. So this is the last slide. After studying 4 contemporary issues, you will come up with your own understanding of what is the nature of this subject, what kind of the problems in education in the form of contemporary issue and trend in education you are studying. So you will think about that. So lack of professional development of teacher is again one of the serious issues in Pakistan. You can see, when you reflect in the context of Gilgit-Baltistan, a couple of years before, it was very common in the media that GB government has appointed a number of teachers by taking 2 lakh rupees as bribe. and there was a problem in in the department, and there were serious cases you can see. So if the government is appointing teachers without any merit, without looking at their professional development, without focusing on after hiring, training and developing their capacity, how can they make nation? How can they teach the young leaders of the nation? They will definitely destroy the nation. If a teacher is incompetent, if a teacher has lack of knowledge, if a teacher has insufficient skills and inappropriate attitude, so that teacher is very dangerous for the nation. That teacher is not a good sign. So if you have such kind of the problems in your education system, and there is a lack of professional development, this government is not focusing, the school level principals are not focusing on the professional development of teachers, how it is possible for a student to get that level of the updated knowledge, skills and attitude, and how those teachers will teach according to the levels of learning from the standpoint of the Bloom's taxonomy. So those teachers, if they are not well trained, how can they focus on lower order thinking skills, middle order thinking skills, and higher order thinking skills? If a teacher is not well trained, it is not possible for a teacher to link the knowledge that is given to a child in the classroom, and how to focus on remembering and understanding, and how to focus on applying and analyzing, and then evaluating and creating. So this is very important for teachers to be professionally sound. If your system in the country has no clear direction what kind of the training should be given to the teachers before joining as a teaching profession, and what kind of the training is required after joining the teaching profession, how to focus on improving the capacity of teachers from time to time. So these are very critical questions. If your system is not focusing on these things to develop the professional capacity of the teachers, this is a very serious problem. And really, this is a very contemporary issue in the context of Pakistan, because in other countries, particularly in developed world, teachers' professional development is on the top. It is very important. Without teachers' professional development, you cannot expect that you will have a good nation. You can train bright minds. So how these training should be given to, and what kind of methods those teacher training programs should adopt, so that the teachers should learn from those things, and how will the training will give the teachers a sense of direction towards self-professional engagement development, how to engage with the professional development at personal level, self-professional development activities. So there is a huge gap between the concept of professional development and the opportunities which are there in the schools in order to develop the capacity of the teachers. So schools should manage in-house training as well as outside schools. Teachers in the schools, the teachers, principals should organize training programs for their teachers. And at the same time, those principals should send their teachers to other schools and other professional development centers where they should get more training on the professional development. So with these 4 points, one, the lack of professional development. Another, we studied relying on outdated curriculum. Before that, we discussed dilemmas of the education without direction, and before that, we have talked about you know uh, lack of uniformity in education. With these four important critical issues in the context of Pakistan, here we will have a small break, and we will go for discussions forum, and in the discussion forum we will have some voices from your side, and you are welcome to share